Coach, the rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the New York Jets. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Hey, no, switch the mic right here. We go mic 40, mic 40.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Bell. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Matt Judon there to bring him down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson, option right. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing is Jackson. Steps away to his left. And some space here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Not today, you are. Not today.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Jackson from the shotgun. He gets it to Brown, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 34-yard line. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Watch the run. They're running it.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Check out.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson and a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw again is Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And he missed it. It's no good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and excited
rare.
is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. After the run, now Darnold to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
At the 37-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They run from the pistol with Ingram. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Pro Bowler C.J. Mosley, the Ravens' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Here we go. 60 out low. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now it's Darnold. Caught. Safarian-Jenkins, right side. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Letting one go deep for a noon walk. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And avoids the contact by sliding. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Here comes
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Ingram. Ingram churning. He lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had
Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in, touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Here we go, son. 48 Mike. Double dog. Waiting. Big stop,
and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On first down, Darnold. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because it had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second down, Ingram. And an alley to run. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
Well, partner, that was enough.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. They'll keep it on the ground again here. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. Now this is Crowder on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Throwing on second and long. Darnold. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Darnold and the Jets come up third and long following the sack. Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bell. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on fourth.
A gain of 16 yards, but it brings up fourth down.
Here's the Jets punter now. He's been terrific, so... And look at this, it's a fake. But he will not make the first down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
We play to win. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it?
And he loses the football a second time. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. And he is going to lose yardage here.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 22.
And that's another big-time run. And it sure looks like the leverage game is being won by the offensive line. They're the low man on just about every snap, and they're winning, pushing back the defensive front and creating great space for their runners.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Jackson, option right. On 3rd down, it's Hill. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, the plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, he creates a penalty.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I got zipped on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. They'll try and run. Ingram. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
It's now 4th down and goal.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. The 40. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain?
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Jets have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit from the same spot again.
Well, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Jets.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Austin Safarian Jenkins. His second touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get it. 53 to Mike, 53.
Throwing again, Jackson. Throws right side, and that's complete. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line in.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
I'm going to come back to you.
Here's Jackson to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Jackson operating from the gun. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Through an opening, and there he goes. 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Bilal Powell, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets will extend their lead. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion. And
I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Bell. He takes this for 3 to the 29. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50, and he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 43. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Darnold running the option left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 26. He was the leading receiver for the Jets a season ago. Robbie Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Matt Judon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
22 Jet Bomber, 22 Jet Bomber. Clock.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold, a quick hitter, complete. It's Bell. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I got you.
He's going to... Darnold, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 40. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. And Darnold wants to throw the football. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Darnold. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Now it's Darnold. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Darnold now to throw. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. And if the late touchdown wasn't bad enough, now they're going to go for 2. So sportsmanship nowhere to be found right here. Now Darnold toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Jets, it's a 4th win of the campaign as they get to 4-10 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.